You can earn more money than your parents ever did and still feel poorer than they ever felt. That's not a coincidence. That's a design. Something changed in how money leaves your account, not how much you make, but how constantly you're asked to give it up. By the end of this, you'll see the machine you're standing inside of. Most people think being broke is a math problem. Spend less than you earn, and the pressure goes away. That used to be true. It isn't anymore. Because the real shift isn't in your spending habits. It's in how spending itself was rebuilt, quietly, one small charge at a time. A generation ago, most big costs came once. You bought a car, you bought a couch, you bought software in a box, and it was yours forever, no matter how many years passed. Now almost nothing is bought once. It's rented, leased, subscribed to, or financed in small pieces that never stop. Look at your own life for a second. Rent instead of ownership. A car lease instead of a car you'll ever fully own. Streaming subscriptions that used to be one cable bill now split across 5 different apps because each one wants its own recurring slice. Software that used to cost money once now costs money every month forever with no finish line. Buy now, pay later plans that turn a $70 purchase into 4 easy payments. So small they don't even feel like debt. Delivery apps that stack a delivery fee, a service fee, and a suggested tip on top of a menu that was already quietly marked up before any of those fees existed. Insurance and protection plans tacked onto purchases that never needed protecting in the first place. None of these charges are large enough to notice on their own. That's not an accident. It's the entire strategy. Businesses figured out something simple. A customer who pays once is a transaction. A customer who pays forever is an asset. Recurring revenue is predictable, it's stable, and this is the important part, it's harder to cancel than it was to start. A one-time sale ends the relationship. A subscription never has to. So the economy didn't get more expensive by raising prices in ways you'd notice. It got more expensive by multiplying the number of things quietly billing you at once. Here's where it gets personal. $12 a month sounds like nothing. $144 a year sounds like something. Businesses learned to always show you the first number, never the second. Autopay removed the moment where you used to stop and think. Saved cards and one-click checkout deleted the friction that used to protect you from yourself. The pause before spending, the part of you that used to ask, do I actually need this, has been engineered out of the process entirely. You don't decide to spend anymore. You just fail to cancel. There's a second trap hiding inside the first one. Once you're already paying for one delivery app, one streaming bundle, one financing plan, switching away from it feels like more effort than it's worth, even when the alternative is cheaper. Businesses don't just want your money, they want the small daily habit of not questioning where it goes. Then there's comparison. Everyone's lifestyle is visible now all the time on a screen in your pocket. What used to feel like a luxury, food delivered to your door, a closet refreshed every season, a trip every few months, now feels like a baseline everyone else seems to have already reached. Refusing convenience doesn't feel neutral anymore. It feels like falling behind people who in reality are just as quietly overextended as you are. So you don't feel broke because you're spending recklessly. You feel broke because the definition of normal spending quietly moved, and nobody sent you the memo. Subscription companies profit from you forgetting what you signed up for, not remembering. Buy now, pay later platforms profit from debt so small and so segmented that it never registers as debt. Delivery apps profit from stacking fee on top of fee until the total surprises you at checkout every single time, and you order again anyway. Insurers profit from recurring premiums for protection you'll hopefully never use. Landlords and property platforms profit from rent that climbs faster than paychecks do, because scarcity gives them the leverage and you the bill. None of these companies are conspiring together in some back room. That's what makes it powerful. They don't need to. They all independently discovered the same incentive. Small monthly charge multiplied across millions of people beats one big sale every time. That the system doesn't need a villain. It just needs everyone optimizing for the same thing at once. The people who feel this most aren't the poorest. They're the ones in the middle, earning enough to participate in every convenience the modern economy offers, but not enough to absorb all of them at once without feeling it. Picture the version of this that's completely ordinary. Rent that ate more of the paycheck this year than last year. A car payment, 3 streaming apps instead of 1 cable bill, a food delivery habit that felt like $20 and was actually closer to $40 once every fee landed, a just $12 a month app that's been running quietly for 2 years. None of it feels reckless. All of it adds up to a paycheck that disappears before the month does. You make more than enough to survive. You just don't make enough to survive comfortably inside a system built to bill you from every direction, every month, automatically, and designed so that no single charge ever feels big enough to be worth the fight. This is the part that matters. It was never really about you. It's not that you lost discipline. It's that the target moved. The economy re-engineered itself around extraction instead of transactions. Because a business that gets paid once a year will always be outcompeted by one that finds a way to get paid every 30 days instead. You didn't get worse at managing money. Money started leaving through 100 smaller doors instead of one front door you could actually watch. Zoom out, and the pattern is bigger than any one app or bill. Ownership itself is being quietly replaced by access. You don't own the car, you lease it. You don't own the software, you rent it monthly. You don't build savings the way people once did because credit fills that gap faster and feels less painful in the moment. Each individual company will tell you this is about convenience, flexibility, choice, and in isolation, maybe it is. But stacked on top of each other, dozens of businesses independently chasing the same monthly extraction adds up to something none of them designed on purpose. A life where almost nothing is truly paid off, and almost everything is still being paid for. The new cost of modern life isn't one big bill, it's 1,000 small ones, each one quiet enough, small enough, forgettable enough to feel completely normal. And that's exactly why it works.